Assalamu alaikum. Hello again, this is Faisal. Today we will go through the overall projects and the Fiddler and the requests and responses. So far we have discretely seen the request and response and vice versa. Now we will go through the overall architecture of the project and test these requests through the Fiddler. So currently we have the model, which is the representation of the database ETMX. We have the manager, which manages or calls this model, and we had the console application, but we are not using it right now. We have created a REST service which exposes the web services in REST format to the outer world. Inside of the REST service we have student controller here. It takes the GET request. So if someone calls the student slash request, GET request, it calls this. So first of all we test it. Let's run it. And we also get the Fiddler right here. As I have shown earlier, we can see what are the URLs exposed by this web API. This is the one. So it is called default URL slash API slash student. So the default URL is this slash API slash student. To check that whether it is really called here or not, we put a debugger point here. So we composer get default URL plus execute, and see it calls here, and we just proceed to the debugging, continue, and to check whether the response, this is the response in the below box. This is the response it sent us. Address, the address. These are the values currently stored in database. Now we want to add another object or save another object. So we need to create a post method, public bool it will accept the student, copied it, paste it, manager dot add, it will take the student, sorry, what is the response this method gives? It gives void, so there is no response. Return true. So we have built it. Let's put a debugger point here, else let's run it again. Now we click the API, and please check that now it is exposing the post with the same URL or URI, and the type of request it accepts as XML is this type. So again open the Fiddler, go to composer, post, let's take the default URL, copy, slash API slash student. Next, it requires some headers here, so let's just execute it. You can see there is no student currently, and it accepts, it takes the null, and we should have exception here. So there are two things we need. Number one, here is the content type, and here is the request body. So what type of request body should we need? This is given here. Just right click, copy, paste, and the content type, we will just go to here, copy, go to composer, paste, replace that JSON with XML since we are passing the XML. So let's double check it. The content type is application XML, and this is the content. What the web API or IIS do is it transforms this XML into the student object. We will see that. Press execute, and please see that it creates the student object, and this is the data. So let's go to the debugger point. Let's debug it. So we have inserted the sample string 2, 3, and 4. Press F5, and this request responses us the true, and the request is this information. Sorry, this information. Now we need to see, we need to call the get. So we remove the everything, then we will call the get, and again it calls here, and you can see it now returns the 4 student. Before it returns us the 3. This is the data we just inserted. So in this way we can easily call the get and post methods of the web API through the Fiddler. So that's all. Thank you for watching.